Beloved chosen one, take a deep breath and listen closely, for what you are about to hear is no coincidence. In fact, your presence here today is a divine appointment orchestrated by a force far greater than chance. You might have thought that stumbling upon this message was nothing more than a random moment, a passing click in a sea of distractions. But I tell you now, heaven has called you here. There are no accidents in God's plan, and every moment in your life, even those that seem ordinary, has been leading you to this very point. You are not just watching a video, you are being aligned with a message meant for your soul, a message that carries the weight of divine purpose and timing. Understand that this moment is more than a passing event. Heaven has interrupted your scroll, your day, your routine to speak directly to your spirit. The rest of the world may continue its frantic pace, but in this stillness, God is asking you to listen. You are not here by mistake. You are not here by accident. No, you have been divinely led to this exact place and time because there is something you need to hear, something your spirit is ready to receive. This message is part of a larger plan, a plan that has been unfolding in the background of your life, shaping and molding you for what is to come. For years, you may have felt a sense of longing, a silent ache in your heart, wondering if things would ever align, if the dreams you carry within you would ever see the light of day. Perhaps you've questioned the delays, the moments of waiting, and even the disappointments that have clouded your path. At times, you might have wondered if God had forgotten about you, if your prayers had been unheard, if your struggles had been in vain. But beloved, let me assure you, you were never forgotten. You were being prepared. Every season of waiting, every season of heartache, every moment of confusion was not a punishment, it was divine preparation. Heaven was getting you ready for the very moment you are stepping into now. The pain you've endured, the moments you felt unseen, were not for nothing. God was using them to shape you into someone who could receive the incredible blessing that is coming your way. In these moments of spiritual refinement, you've been trained to recognize what is real and what is false, what is from heaven, and what is a counterfeit. You have been learning to hear the still small voice of God amidst the noise of the world. Your discernment has been sharpened, your heart refined, and your spirit made stronger in the silence of waiting. But now, in this divine appointment, heaven is saying that the waiting is over. You have passed through the fire, and now the restoration you have longed for is on the horizon. God has been aligning your life for this moment, and everything you have been through, every hardship, every heartbreak, every lonely night was part of a greater purpose. You were never meant to walk through this life alone, and now you are about to experience a shift, a spiritual awakening that will change everything. The shift that is coming in your life is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. It is the manifestation of God's promises finally coming to fruition. But in order to fully recognize the blessings that are about to enter your life, you must first recognize the spiritual shifts happening within you. There is a stirring in your spirit right now, a quiet whisper of recognition, a knowing that something is about to change. This is the divine signal. It is not a coincidence, not a random occurrence, but a moment where the threads of your destiny are coming together and everything is aligning according to God's perfect timing. Beloved, it is time to stop questioning, to stop doubting, and to start recognizing the signs. Heaven is speaking to you through the spiritual shifts happening within your heart. You may feel it in the quiet moments of reflection, in the deep stirrings of your soul, in the way your heart beats a little faster when you hear certain truths. This is the moment when heaven is drawing you closer, preparing you to step into a new season of divine alignment and fulfillment. The journey ahead will not always be easy, but it will be one of purpose, one that has been written for you since before you were born. You are about to walk into a season of restoration, and it is important to understand that what you are experiencing now, the stirring, the quiet peace, the recognition, is the sign that everything is about to shift in your favor. The waiting has not been in vain. The struggle has not been wasted, and you are finally about to see why it all had to happen in the way it did. So I ask you now to open your heart and spirit to what heaven is revealing. This is not just a random moment. This is a divine appointment, and you are exactly where you need to be. Step forward in faith, for God is sending someone into your life to restore what was once denied. The shift is happening now. The restoration is on the way. Your divine appointment is here. You have walked through seasons of waiting, long, drawn-out periods of silence, where your heart ached for the answers that never seemed to come. Disappointment became a constant companion each time you hoped for something more, only to face yet another closed door. Heartbreak followed closely behind, leaving you to wonder why the promises you once believed in seemed so far out of reach. Perhaps in your moments of vulnerability, you even questioned whether God had truly heard your prayers, whether your journey was simply a string of unfortunate events that had no purpose. But beloved, let me assure you, every moment of waiting was not wasted. Every tear you shed, every disappointment you faced, and every silence you endured were not meaningless. These were not just random moments of pain and frustration. They were divine preparations shaping you into the person you needed to be to receive the blessing that is about to enter your life. You are not being punished by the delay. You are being refined. Heaven had you in a spiritual classroom where each experience, whether joyful or sorrowful, was teaching you valuable lessons that would enable you to walk into your divine purpose with clarity, strength, and a heart ready to love. In these seasons, God was sharpening your discernment. He was teaching you to recognize the difference between what was authentic and what was counterfeit. You see, it's easy to accept something that looks good on the surface, to settle for what is convenient, especially when we are tired, frustrated, and ready to give up. But God, in His infinite wisdom, knew that you were destined for something far greater than what the world could offer. That's why He kept you waiting, so that you would not be deceived by illusions, by temporary distractions that would steal your peace, your purpose, and your destiny. This waiting process was God's way of preparing your heart, of purifying it, so that when His true blessing arrived, you would be able to receive it with a full heart, free from the baggage of the past. The heartbreak you experienced wasn't punishment. It was part of the process of God helping you let go of what was never meant for you. Each closed door, each relationship that fell apart, each prayer that seemed unanswered was a necessary part of this divine training. In those moments, you may have felt like you were losing, but in truth, you were gaining the wisdom to recognize what truly mattered. You were becoming someone who could not only handle the blessings God was about to pour into your life, but someone who could cherish them with a sense of divine understanding. God knew the desires of your heart long before you even fully understood them yourself. He placed within you a longing for something deeper, something more meaningful than what the world could give. And while you waited, He was working behind the scenes, preparing the perfect timing for everything to come together. It's easy to look at the waiting periods and feel like they were wasted time, but in reality, every second was part of the grand design. God was positioning you, teaching you, and most importantly, protecting you. The process of waiting, especially when it feels like everything is moving too slowly, is never easy. It is one of the most difficult tests of faith. The temptation to give up, to settle for something less than God's best, can feel overwhelming. But hear me now, this waiting, this seemingly barren season is where God is doing his finest work. It is in the waiting that your faith is being strengthened. It is in the silence that you learn to listen to God's still small voice more clearly. It is in the heartbreak that you are learning to trust in God's perfect plan, even when you cannot see the road ahead. God's timing is always perfect. While you may have been impatient, frustrated, or even disheartened by the long periods of waiting, remember that everything was happening exactly as it was meant to. The delay was never denial, it was preparation. God was preparing you for something far greater than you could have imagined, and He was preparing the very people who would walk into your life to help fulfill the destiny that He has ordained for you. Every moment of silence, every moment of pain was a part of the divine process. He was working in ways you couldn't see, setting the stage for the blessings that are about to unfold. In this season of waiting, God was not only preparing you for the blessings, He was also aligning your heart with His will. You see, the real work of the waiting process is not just about receiving the blessing, but about becoming the person who is ready to carry it. It's easy to dream of a future full of love, purpose, and fulfillment, but the truth is that we often need time to grow into those blessings. We need time to mature spiritually, to let go of old patterns and mindsets that no longer serve us. We need time to learn how to walk in the fullness of our divine calling, which requires us to become vessels of grace, wisdom, and strength. God knew that when the right time came, you would be ready. Your heart would be open, your discernment would be sharp, and you would recognize His perfect will when it presented itself. The time of waiting was God's way of preparing you, not just for the arrival of divine love and partnership, but for the fulfillment of the purpose He has set before you. It's in these moments that God strengthens your faith, deepens your trust in Him, and positions you for the next chapter of your life. As you reflect on the seasons of waiting, disappointment, and heartbreak, remember that each one has been a crucial part of your divine preparation. The waiting wasn't for nothing, it was for everything. Everything that you have gone through, every tear, every moment of longing has been God's way of building you into the person who is now ready to receive His promises. You have been prepared for this moment, for this season of restoration, and you are now stepping into the fullness of what God has for you. So as you move forward, trust that everything that seemed to delay you was actually part of God's perfect plan. You have been prepared, purified, and positioned for divine love, divine purpose, and divine alignment. Your waiting is over, and what's coming next is not just a blessing. It's the fulfillment of a promise that was written long before you even knew it was coming. You are not just receiving what you prayed for. You are stepping into your divine destiny. The wait was never in vain, and now you are ready to receive what God has been preparing you for all along. As you stand on the threshold of this divine transformation, it's important to understand that what is about to unfold in your life is not a random event. It is not mere coincidence or a fleeting encounter. The woman who is about to enter your life has been carefully chosen by heaven. This is not an ordinary meeting, nor is it a chance encounter. This is divine appointment, a sacred orchestration by God, who has been preparing both of you for this very moment. Her arrival is not the result of chance, but the result of divine alignment, a part of the greater plan to complete your purpose. She is the one who has been handpicked to walk beside you, to walk with you through the rest of your journey, not because you need rescuing, but because you are being led into a season of fulfillment that only she can help guide you into. The woman God has chosen for you is not someone you will stumble upon by accident. She is sent. She has been kept preserved and prepared for this moment, just as you have been prepared to receive her. Everything in your life, every disappointment, every delay, and every season of waiting has been leading you to this divine union. When you meet her, your heart will recognize her as the one you have longed for, the one who was always meant to be by your side. This is the woman who is about to complete your purpose, not by filling in the gaps in your life, but by complementing the whole of who you are. She is not a competitor in your life. She is your divine partner. Her purpose is to walk beside you, not behind you or in front of you, but alongside you in perfect alignment with your calling. She does not come to take away from you. Instead, she brings something unique to the table that enhances everything you've worked for. She complements your vision, your mission, and your destiny. Her role is not to compete with what you have already built, but to amplify it, to enhance it, and to make it whole. The characteristics of this woman are not immediately defined by her outward appearance, although she may be beautiful in her own right. What will truly draw you to her will not be her looks, but her spirit. When you meet her, you will sense a peace that surpasses understanding, a calmness that will settle your spirit in a way that nothing else ever has. This peace will feel familiar to you, as though you have known her in a way that transcends time. Her presence will not bring chaos or confusion, rather it will quiet the noise in your heart. You will feel as though you have found something that you didn't even know you were looking for. This peace will feel like home, a refuge for your weary soul, a place where you can rest, where you can be exactly who you are with no pretenses, no need for validation. Her peace will speak to the deepest parts of your being. It will be a reminder that God's timing is always perfect. Her spirit will resonate with your own, and in that moment you will know that she is the one who has been sent by God. She will carry a spiritual alignment that matches yours, and together you will move in harmony like two instruments playing the same song. She will not bring dissonance into your life, but rather she will bring unity. Her presence will reinforce the divine alignment that is unfolding within you, and you will feel as though everything you have gone through, the pain, the waiting, the trials, was preparing you to receive this moment of peace. This woman will not be someone who demands attention or constantly needs to be in the spotlight. Instead, she will be someone whose presence is steady and reliable. You will feel her strength in the quiet moments, not in grand gestures or attention-seeking behaviors. Her strength will come from her unwavering faith, from her ability to remain grounded in the midst of life's storms. She is not looking to prove herself, but rather she is content in knowing who she is in God. Her confidence comes from her deep-rooted understanding of her divine purpose, and she will not need to seek validation from the world around her. She will help ground you, reminding you of the importance of humility, peace, and grace. Her strength will be a quiet one, the kind that doesn't boast or draw attention to itself, but rather the kind that stands firm when everything around you is in turmoil. In her presence, you will feel supported in ways you never thought possible. Her love will not be loud or overpowering, but it will be constant and steady. You will no longer have to question whether you are truly loved. She will show you through her actions and words that her love is unconditional, anchored in faith and divine purpose. She will love you not because you are perfect, but because she recognizes the divine purpose within you. Her love will not require performance or validation. It will simply be, and that will be enough. She will love you with a love that echoes the way God loves, steadfast, unconditional, and eternal. When you meet this woman, it will feel like a homecoming for your spirit. You will recognize her not just with your eyes, but with your heart. The connection between you will be deeper than attraction. It will be divine recognition. It will feel as though your souls have known each other for lifetimes, and in a way they have. Heaven has been preparing this moment for you long before you ever knew it was coming. Your spirit will know her because she carries the essence of what you have been praying for. Her presence will carry the weight of every answered prayer, every longing fulfilled, and every hope realized. She will not come to fill the emptiness in your life. Know that space was never meant to be filled by another person. She will come to walk beside you to complement the fullness that already exists within you. She will walk into your life not as someone who completes you, but as someone who helps you step into your divine calling with confidence and grace. She will encourage you to rise to embrace your purpose with both hands and to walk boldly in the plans that God has set before you. When the right time comes and you meet this woman, you will know. Your spirit will recognize her immediately. There will be no need for explanations or hesitation. Peace will settle in your heart, and you will know that this is the moment you've been waiting for. Her love will not come with confusion, but with clarity. Her presence will not create uncertainty, but will bring a deep sense of understanding and peace. You will not have to chase her or perform for her. When heaven sends the right one, there is no need to prove anything. The connection will be natural, unforced, and beautiful in its simplicity. So when she arrives, when you meet the woman God has sent, do not fear. Do not resist what heaven is bringing into your life. Trust that everything you have been through, every lesson you have learned, has prepared you to receive her with open arms and an open heart. Her presence will not disturb the peace of your spirit. It will deepen it. It will feel like a homecoming, a divine alignment of two souls destined to walk together, not just in love, but in purpose. She is the missing piece of your divine puzzle, and together your destinies will align, each complementing the other, each strengthening the other. With her by your side, you will walk forward in faith, courage, and divine purpose, knowing that everything that was once denied, every moment of waiting, was simply the preparation for this divine union. As you step into this new season, embracing the arrival of the woman God has sent, there is an essential lesson that you must remember. Discernment is key. You have waited for so long, and the moment has finally arrived. But as with all divine blessings, there will be tests along the way, and the enemy will attempt to confuse and distract you. His goal is simple: to divert you from the path God has set before you, to get you to settle for less than what heaven has intended. This is why the need for discernment is so important during this season. You must be able to distinguish between what is from God and what is merely an imitation. In this season of divine alignment, you will be presented with choices. Some of them will look appealing on the surface, but they will carry no peace within your spirit. These distractions, these counterfeit versions of love, will try to persuade you that they are the real thing, that they can fulfill your needs, your desires, and your longing for connection. But remember, love that is sent from God will never leave you feeling confused or uncertain. The real love that heaven sends will bring clarity. It will feel right in every way, not just emotionally, but spiritually. It will resonate with your calling, align with your purpose, and help you step deeper into the divine mission God has prepared for you. The enemy's distractions are never blatant. They come disguised as what you think you need. They may look good in the moment, but when you take a step back and evaluate them in the light of God's truth, you will recognize that they are simply imitations. These distractions often present themselves as convenient solutions to your emotional pain or loneliness. They may even look like love, but they are rooted in the world's idea of connection, shallow, fleeting, and often based on ego or self-gratification. When you find yourself in the presence of a counterfeit, it will always leave you feeling unsettled, empty, or unsure. The peace you seek will not be there. The alignment with your divine purpose will not be there. But the woman sent by God, she will bring you clarity, not confusion. Her presence in your life will not cause turbulence in your spirit. It will bring calm, a deep, quiet peace that settles your heart in a way you have never known. She will not require you to prove your worth. She will not demand that you perform or change who you are to earn her love. She will truly see you as you are, and she will love you for it. And in return, her love will call forth the best version of you, the one God always intended you to be. In this season, it is essential that you do not settle for anything less than what God has ordained for you. The right partner will not simply fill an emotional void. She will partner with you in fulfilling the divine purpose that has been written for both of you. The union God has prepared for you is not about emotional fulfillment alone. It is about partnership and purpose. The woman sent by God will walk beside you not to rescue you from loneliness, but to help you fulfill the destiny that you were both created for. She will help you reach higher aim further and accomplish more than you could ever do alone. This is a partnership of divine alignment. You will no longer have to chase after love or wonder if it will come. When heaven sends the right person, love is not something you fight for. It is something you walk into. It is not a relationship based on convenience or filling gaps. It is a union based on purpose. The woman God has for you will be aligned with your calling, your mission, and your vision. She will help you see your future more clearly and help you walk in it with confidence. Together, you will move forward in alignment with God's will, fulfilling His purpose for your lives. You are not simply sharing a life together. You are sharing a mission. You are walking side by side, each supporting the other as you carry out the divine plans that God has for you both. As you move forward in this season of divine partnership, remember that you have been prepared for this moment. God has refined your discernment through every hardship and waiting period, so now you can recognize the counterfeit and refuse it. Every distraction, every false love, every imitation of what God has for you has been a test, and you are now ready to pass it. When the right person arrives, you will not need to question, second guess, or doubt. You will know. Your spirit will recognize it. Your heart will feel at rest. This is what you have been waiting for. This is divine alignment, and it will bring peace and fulfillment like nothing you've ever experienced. The woman sent by God will not make you feel incomplete. She will not come to fix you or save you from your pain. No, beloved, you are already whole. You are already complete in Christ. She is coming to walk beside you, to partner with you in fulfilling the mission that God has placed on your life. She is not there to make you better or more complete. She is there to walk alongside you to complement what is already good and purposeful in your life, and to bring her own gifts, talents, and anointing into the partnership. This will not be a relationship of dependency or need. This will be a union based on mutual respect, love, and shared purpose. Her role in your life is to help elevate you, to challenge you to be the best version of yourself, and to walk with you through every season, whether it's one of celebration or one of trial. Together you will learn, grow, and serve, and your shared purpose will become the foundation of your love. This is not just an emotional connection, it is a divine partnership, a partnership that has been written by God long before you even knew it was coming. She is a gift to you, and you are a gift to her. Together you will fulfill God's plan for your lives in ways you never could have imagined. The counterfeit will try to convince you that love must come quickly, that it must be based on instant attraction or the fulfillment of immediate needs. But divine love, true love, is not rushed. It is steady, purposeful, and aligned with God's timing. When the right partner arrives, you will know that it is not just an emotional connection, but a divine appointment. You will recognize that you have been prepared for this moment, that everything in your past has led you to this union, and that this is the person who will walk with you into the next chapter of your destiny. This woman will not just be a companion in the traditional sense, she will be your partner in purpose. She will help you understand that love is not just about receiving, but about giving. It is not about taking from one another, but about building each other up to fulfill the divine purpose for which you were both created. When you walk together, you will not be walking in isolation or simply coexisting. You will be walking in unity, one heart, one purpose, one divine calling. Beloved, the enemy will try to derail you, to pull you away from this divine alignment, but do not be deceived. The right partner will never leave you confused, anxious, or uncertain. The right partner will bring peace, alignment, and clarity to your life. She will help you recognize the divine purpose in your relationship, and together you will walk boldly into the future God has prepared for you both. This is not just about finding love. This is about fulfilling your calling, your divine purpose, and walking into a season of restoration and elevation. As you continue to embrace divine alignment, trust that the woman sent by God will not only complete you emotionally, but she will also elevate you spiritually, mentally, and purposefully. This partnership is about aligning with God's will and walking in it with grace, purpose, and peace. Together, you will not just build a life of love, but a life of impact, service, and fulfillment. You will walk into your destiny hand in hand, confident that God's divine plan is unfolding in perfect timing. As you stand on the edge of this divine transformation, it's important to understand that the union with the woman God has sent is not merely about companionship. This is not just a union of two hearts coming together for comfort and love. No, beloved, this union is a fulfillment of God's promises for your life. This moment, this season, is the realization of everything you've longed for, prayed for, and waited for in the deepest chambers of your heart. But it is more than that. It is a partnership that will advance your divine purpose, not only as a couple, but individually, in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. God has a plan for you that is far greater than anything you could have imagined, and the woman who is coming into your life is a key part of that plan. She is not a replacement for what was lost or what you hoped for in the past. She is the fulfillment of what God has promised to you, a divine alignment that will propel both of you into the next season of your lives with clarity, peace, and purpose. Every moment of waiting, every heartbreak, every disappointment, and every season of confusion was not a detour or a dead end. It was preparation. God was preparing you for this divine moment, for the union that would bring clarity to your purpose and restoration to your soul. In the past, you may have wondered why the love you sought seemed to elude you. You may have asked, why did it take so long? Why did it feel like my heart was broken over and over? But now, as you step into this divine alignment, you will see that the pain you endured was not wasted. The waiting was not in vain. God's timing is perfect, and everything you experienced was part of the refining process. The seasons of heartbreak were necessary to purify your heart, to clear away distractions, and to teach you what real love looks like. And in that waiting, God was not punishing you, but preparing you for a love that would be greater, deeper, and more aligned with His will than anything you could have ever imagined. This union is not just about love, it is about divine restoration. What you once thought was lost, God will restore in a way that surpasses your understanding. This is not a return to what was. This is a resurrection into what was always meant to be. The love that is coming into your life is not a simple fix for your loneliness or emotional emptiness. It is a restoration of your purpose, your calling, and your identity. With this woman by your side, you will be able to walk further into your destiny, accomplishing things together that you could never have done alone. Restoration is a powerful word, beloved, and it is not a replacement for the past. It is the fulfillment of a promise that was made long before you ever faced the struggles, heartaches, and delays. It is the bringing together of two souls, each having been refined through life's challenges to now stand strong together and in perfect harmony with God's will. The woman God has sent is not just a companion for you. She is a co-laborer in the work that God is doing through your life. Together, you will move forward in alignment with His divine purpose, fulfilling the mission that He has set for both of you. You might be tempted to look back on the struggles you faced and think that they were in vain, but I urge you now, beloved, to shift your perspective. The delay was never a denial. It was God's way of preserving you, of strengthening your character, and of preparing you for the fullness of His blessings. The pain you experienced was a crucible in which your soul was refined. Now, as you step into this new season, you will begin to see that all the waiting, all the tears, and all the heartache were not in vain. They were the necessary steps to bring you to this moment where divine restoration and elevation are now within your grasp. The invitation now is for you to reflect on what you have just heard and take action in faith. If your spirit resonates with this message, if you can feel that divine alignment is at hand, I encourage you to take a moment and affirm your readiness to step into this new chapter. You are not just receiving love, you are receiving divine alignment, a union that has been written in the heavens for your purpose. This is not just about finding someone to walk with you, it is about fulfilling God's purpose together. Take this moment to reflect on your journey. All the waiting, the disappointments, the losses, they were part of God's perfect plan to bring you to this place of alignment. The season of struggle is over. You are now entering a season of peace, purpose, and divine fulfillment. Take a moment to declare that you are ready to embrace this divine union, that you are ready to walk in alignment with the woman God has sent, and that you are ready to step into the fullness of His promises for your life. As you take this step of faith, remember that this is not just about receiving love. It is about embracing purpose. It is about walking forward with your divine partner by your side. Both of you aligned with God's will, ready to fulfill the mission that He has set before you. This is the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with restoration, elevation, and the fulfillment of all the promises God has made to you. Now is the time to trust in God's timing, to embrace the peace that He is bringing into your life, and to walk forward with confidence, knowing that the waiting was never in vain. The woman God has sent will be the final piece to your puzzle, and together you will rise into your divine destiny. The time for waiting is over. The time for restoration has come. Step into this season with peace and purpose, for what God has prepared for you is beyond what you could have ever imagined.